Greetings, everyone, and a warm welcome to another episode. In the twilight of my mortality, I lay motionless in the cocoon of my home bed. Consciousness ebbed away, leaving only the lingering echoes of my wife, Kerry, and my mother. Regret and sorrow encased me, a spectral reminder of time squandered. The relentless dance with alcoholism, a silent companion of perpetual shame, a burden hoarded away from my family, especially my two sons, Jared and Jake. I couldn't bear the thought of them witnessing my unravelling. That summer of '92 saw a feeble attempt at sobriety, a desperate severing of ties with alcohol within the solitude of my own bed. My body, however, rebelled against the abrupt withdrawal, laboured breaths turning into a desperate struggle for life. Rushed to the emergency room by a concerned friend, a life-saving blood transfusion became my ticket to extended time. Yet the doctor's sombre expression unveiled the unspoken truth. Dialysis is the only option now, intoned the doctor with a gravity that hung heavily in the air. It will afford you a moment to bid your farewells. A day since then, and my life dangled on the edge. At 41, contemplating the yield of my existence became an unavoidable introspection. Pride surged for our sons, Jared, 12, and Jake, 10, my companions in nurturing our family tree farm. Always encouraging their dreams, I acknowledged that Kerry bore the primary responsibility for their upbringing. Our 150-acre sanctuary in northern Michigan, dedicated to cultivating shade trees like maples, locusts, and birch, seemed like a haven. But did it truly carry meaning? Suddenly, a forceful thud within my chest, like a heartbeat's primal roar, jolted me. I ascended, severed from my lifeless husk in the bed, an eerie, bloated figure, its skin tainted by yellow and grey, akin to a castaway stranded on a desolate shore. Was this the final bow, the conclusion of my earthly script? A gentle yet unwavering touch on my arm redirected my focus. I turned to find an ethereal woman draped in radiant white. An indescribable fragrance permeated the air, sweeter than any flower, and I inhaled deeply. "We understand your fear," she reassured me. "We are here to guide you." "Who are you?" I queried, bewildered. "We are here to assist," she repeated. To my left, another nearly identical woman extended her support. Angels, perhaps. What purpose did they serve? We departed the confines of my earthly abode, entering a luminous tunnel. The walls, resplendent in brilliant white, were adorned with a faint pink and blue helix. In an instant, we hurtled forward, as if riding the tip of a missile. Terrifying yet ephemeral, it lasted mere seconds. I found myself standing on a breathtaking vista, an ivory, sandy shore stretching toward an expansive body of water. In the distance, a magnificent city gleamed, bathed in prismatic light akin to a sunrise. A profound, unconditional love enveloped me, gentle waves caressing my soul. Sorrow and inadequacy dissipated, replaced by an insatiable desire to linger in this euphoria eternally. A multitude of luminous entities and radiant figures gracefully approached, traversing the water's surface with an ethereal elegance. Devoid of wings, their brilliance emanated from the pristine white attire they adorned. Among them stood a towering presence, their leader, a figure easily 10 feet tall. Draped in a dark blue cape contrasting with a translucent lighter blue gown, they exuded an air of authority. A thunderous voice resonated from the lead figure, cutting through the celestial atmosphere. "You cannot remain here. You must return." A protest lingered on my lips, but before I could voice it, the commanding figure continued, "You have a purpose." Work. What kind of work awaited me on this cosmic stage? My desire to stay in this celestial embrace persisted, but with a mere utterance, I found myself hurtling back through the blinding white tunnel, flanked by the two celestial beings. Back in my bedroom, I descended into my corporeal form, the angels dissipating into the unknown. Yet the enigma lingered like an unresolved chord. What was this cosmic task I was meant to undertake? "Wait, wait!" I exclaimed, abruptly sitting upright. Kerry, alarmed, clasped my hand. "David, what's the matter?" It took a moment for me to regain composure. "It's nothing," I reassured her, though the echoes of the celestial encounter resonated within me. "But I know I'm going to recover. There were angels." Kerry squeezed my hand, her eyes reflecting concern. "Don't speak," she urged gently. "You're still terribly weak." Days melted into weeks, and my body slowly convalesced. Every morning and night, a faint white radiance near the ceiling reassured me of the lingering divine presence. The unanswered question about the cosmic task he had in store for me gnawed at my thoughts, stirring a palpable unease. What if I couldn't measure up? Yet, no further divine directives unfolded. By the event of fall, my strength had returned sufficiently to permit me to leave my bed. Tentatively, I ventured out to the porch, settling into a lawn chair. The world seemed infused with a heightened vitality, as if I had glimpsed behind a mystical veil. Could this communion with nature be the divine purpose intended for me? It was a revelation that resonated agreeably. However, this transformation wasn't the only one. The allure of alcohol had lost its vice-like grip. Simply sitting outdoors, labouring alongside our sons on the farm, and savouring Kerry's home-cooked meals stirred emotions within me. A newfound tenderness and empathy, emotions entirely alien yet profoundly moving, enveloped me. The reason behind this metamorphosis remained an enigma. Then, on a wintry night, I awoke to find our bedroom bathed in a soothing, warm radiance. Intensifying until it became blinding, I shielded my eyes with my hands and finally spoke. "All right, I'm listening. Just reveal what I must do." The cosmic task, veiled in mystery, awaited its revelation. A soft, benevolent female voice, reminiscent of the celestial beings from my earlier cosmic encounter, gently replied, "Fetch a pad and pen and proceed to the living room." My heart pounded as I obediently followed the directive. However, upon reaching the living room, the ethereal voice had vanished, leaving me standing in quiet anticipation. Glancing at the clock, it read 5:55 a.m. What now? I lowered myself onto a chair, glancing down at the notepad in my lap. To my astonishment, page after page was filled with a meticulous, structured outline. The words sprawled across the paper were undoubtedly my own handwriting, yet the concepts were alien to me. Ailing trees, champion species, cloning, reforestation. The words leaped off the page, a symphony of unfamiliar but purposeful ideas. I felt like a modern-day Noah, handed the improbable roles of an environmental steward. However, unlike the biblical tale, I was no scientist, and my knowledge of cloning or environmental matters was minimal. Where does one even begin such an ambitious endeavour? Seeking a second perspective, I tiptoed to Jared's room and gently roused him. "I need you to read this and offer your insights," I implored. Jared's eyes widened as he perused the notes. "Dad, this is astounding," he exclaimed. "Can I assist? We must pursue this." "Do you genuinely believe we can?" I asked. "Why not?" he retorted. "You've always said that nothing is beyond reach." That summer, nearly a year after our celestial encounter, Jared and I set out on an extraordinary journey to collect DNA from a sugar maple tree. We learn the intricacies of this technique from researchers in Oregon, setting the stage for what would become a remarkable venture. 17 years later, our initial vision had transformed into reality, evolving from a family endeavor into a non-profit organization known as the Archangel Ancient Tree Archive. Our mission led us to gather DNA from over 60 of the planet's most majestic trees, a diverse assembly including coast redwoods, giant sequoias, ageless bristlecone pines, willows, and yews. This genetic bounty held the potential to spawn thousands of new trees, breathing life into ancient lineages. Every step of this awe-inspiring journey was marked by the presence of angels, both celestial and earthly. The calling to aid our precious earth extends to all, transcending the boundaries of scientific expertise. It beckons each of us to attune ourselves to the angels in our midst. And with that, we conclude today's tale. Feel free to share your reflections in the comments below. Until our next rendezvous, may you stay safe and continue to be blessed.